Well, Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl follow in the footsteps of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to bring back a classic Pokémon adventure with modern updates. So this is a Pokémon adventure from a simpler time and allows fans to relive their Sinnoh adventures or take them on an adventure for the first time. It's also the perfect way to get ready for Pokémon Legends Arceus. Well, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl takes you back to the Sinnoh region, which is based on the real-life Japanese island of Hokkaido. It's a classic Pokemon story where you're a local kid and you got your friend or rival and you journey through town after town, battling Pokemon as you go, all the while collecting and researching the Pokemon of the region. So we've got gym leaders to fight, Pokemon to level up and evolve in your quest to become the best Pokemon trainer the Sinnoh region has ever seen. Well, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl keep things simple and don't really play too much with the winning formula of the original games when they first came out. There's no mega evolution, there's no Gigantamaxing. Catching Pokemon is easier too. Simply whittle down the energy and then throw a Pokeball and hopefully catch the Pokemon to add to your party and also your Pokedex too. Well, in recent entries, there's been plenty of distractions away from the main core mechanic that made the original Pokemon games great. Additional mechanics and gameplay elements have been thrown in to elongate battles and complicate the simplicity of Pokemon, leaving many fans scratching their heads as to what Game Freak is trying to achieve. The games became more about the theatre of battle rather than the strategy itself, and it's great to go back to a simpler iteration of Pokemon and enjoy the core mechanics once again. Well, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl do a great job of keeping you focused on your goals. Now, once you pick up your starter Pokemon, then it's off to the next town, battle and level up along the way, and then try and beat your local gym leader. Well, the underground area has been given a revamp in this iteration on the Nintendo Switch, and this is first unlocked a few hours into Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You can access the underground from plenty of places in the overworld, and once you're there, you can set up your base, find secrets, and check out some of the new and rare Pokemon. So it's really useful for getting rock and water Pokemon when you are in a tight spot, trying to take on powerful gym leaders that are standing in your way of progression. Well, the underground is also the perfect place to hunt for shiny Pokemon. So the underground is optional as well, which is a nice feature, so you can go down there if you find yourself in a little bit of trouble, but if you want to mainline the story, then you can. So there are some features added to the game which could fall into the category of quality of life upgrades. For example, you can use the HM moves without having to teach them to your Pokemon, and you can easily swap in and out party members. So these quality of life upgrades don't try and force Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to be something that they weren't, but they offer modern features to ease the player through the game. So there is a balance here. You do want it to feel familiar and nostalgic to appeal to the gamers who played it when they were a kid or a teenager, but you also want it to feel welcoming to new players of the title. And overall, I think the developers have done a pretty good job here. Well, Pokemon has changed over the years, and if I were a new player, it'd probably be a tough decision on where to start. So maybe the obvious answer would be Pokemon Sword and Shield, as they are the most recent entries and include all the evolution features a modern Pokemon game has to offer. Personally, I played the most Pokemon when it was Red and Blue on the Game Boy, so this simple style of Pokemon really hits me in the nostalgic right places. Running through the story, battling and collecting Pokemon without having to worry about the peripheral mechanics of modern day Pokemon made the game an absolute joy, albeit driven by a little bit of nostalgia. So the game itself is fun, if somewhat a little bit repetitive, but for me it's a coin flip in terms of recommendations on where to start. This game represents what Pokemon was, not where it's going. Plus, we don't have long to wait for the next major evolution in the Pokemon franchise. It's only a few months away with Pokemon Legends Arceus. That one is coming out in January 2022. It's almost as if Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl aren't made for modern day Pokemon fans, but fans who've since grown up and perhaps moved on to other games. Fans of the original Diamond and Pearl will revel in the joy of these remakes, but also fans who played the first and second generation of games will feel happily familiar with these remakes. So Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl may not have the bells and whistles of modern day Pokemon entries, but for me that's a benefit rather than a drawback. The gameplay is clean and sharp, easy to understand without the distractions of the other entries, so whether it's a trip down memory lane or you're new to the series, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are solid games and will definitely scratch that classic Pokemon itch that you may have been craving. Well, the developer is ILCA, it's published by Nintendo, it's available for the Nintendo Switch, and originally released on the 19th of November 2021. And for this review, I focused on Pokémon Brilliant Diamond, but you also have Shining Pearl out there if you want to go to that. Well, that is my review of Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description. Or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.